Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Dr. Mongi Ali Badr, board member of Egyptian Society in the UN. Good afternoon, good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Well, Dr. Badr, Egypt have welcomed on Monday the UN Security Council resolution that called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza after the catastrophic humanitarian situation there in the Gaza Strip. How did you read this?
In fact, this resolution reflects the desire of Arab countries to push UN to have positive steps to control Israel. The resolution presented by non-permanent member of the Security Council called for an immediate ceasefire. This is what we call since the beginning of conflict on 7th of October, requesting to immediate ceasefire in Gaza Strip, and also stressing urgent need to increase aid and demanding and the removal of all obstacles to its delivery. Resolution, in fact, was adopted and approved by 14 countries of 15 members of the Council, with the United States abstaining from voting. And this is the first time for United States to not using veto against any resolution related or concerning Israel. Resolution 2728 calls for immediate ceasefire in Gaza in Ramadan, and this, unfortunately, this weak point of the resolution. What we request to have immediate and permanent ceasefire, not only in Ramadan but also permanently. That is respected by all parties and leads to a firm and sustainable ceasefire. Also, the resolution calls for immediate and unlawful release of all hostages, and this is the point which Israel is very keen about, releasing hostages, and ensure the arrival of humanitarian aid. This part related to our people in Gaza Strip, and to call for on both parties, Israeli and Palestinian side, to comply with their obligation and is under the law of international regarding all detained persons. Of course, State of Israel is very angry and discontent over this resolution. How about the response? The response that Prime Minister Netanyahu has cancelled the visit of an Israeli delegation to Washington after it abstains from voting on the resolution adopted by UN Security Council. But all parties in the world welcomed this resolution, and of course all of us are wishing to reach permanent ceasefire between Israel and Gaza Strip.
Yes, previously, a month ago, the UN have passed also adopted a resolution for passing or the delivery of the humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip a month ago, but it stopped before mentioning a ceasefire. Now we have a resolution on an immediate ceasefire. How did you see the development that took place inside the UN?
Of course, I hope both sides to respect this resolution. But if we have an idea or to have a look about Palestinian presidency, the mention that the state of Palestine welcome the effort of United Nations Security Council toward assuming its responsibilities in protecting civilians and the Palestinian people who are being exposed a crime of genocide deliberately committed by Israel, unfortunately. And also the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from Palestinian side focus on adopting the ceasefire resolution for immediate and move is considered as a step in the right direction to stop the aggression completely and sustainably, and also the exit of Israel occupation from Gaza Strip. In fact, myself, I prefer to start peace negotiation between both sides to reach two countries or two states, one for Palestinian and the other one for Israeli people. Yes. If we reach this stage, in fact, peace will be spread in Middle East, and also we can concentrate all our effort in economic development, and also to say bye-bye to all aggression, war in Middle East. Enough
yes,
war,
yes.
enough aggression in Middle East.
Yes. So recently, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met with the visiting UN Secretary Antonio Guterres. That was a very important meeting that gathered also the Commissioner of the UNRWA, Lazzarini, and also the Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry, and also the head of the intelligence agency here in Egypt. It was a very important meeting, and also Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry held a press conference with Antonio Guterres, and Antonio Guterres have visited the Rafah border and sent a message from Egypt here, from the gate bordering Egypt and Palestine, to the whole world. How did you see the importance of this meeting, and also the press conference that Antonio Guterres have held on the Rafah border?
Fortunately, for Arab side, that this gentleman, Mr. Antonio Guterres, the United Nations Secretary General, in fact, he understands Palestinian case since more than 30 years. And he mentioned before that he wished and he is going to exert all his utmost to reach the stage of two states, one for Israel and another one for Palestinian. And also, this is the second time for Mr. Guterres to go to Rafah border and to have a statement. And this, in fact, we should reward this gentleman during his work now or after he leaves his chair. Number two, His Excellency, Mr. Sisi, the President of Egypt, he insists that we should have two states for both people. Number two, no displacement for Palestinians.
The forced displacement, of course.
Number three, that we should increase the volume of aid to our people in Gaza Strip.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Mongi Ali Badr, the board member of the Egyptian Society in the UN. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone.